Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about different factors to choose while establishing a manufacturing plant in Vietnam. Acme leadership has come up with different factors that can hinder or help whilst opening a manufacturing plants in Vietnam. I've wrote down a couple of factors, a couple of benefits, and also risks associated with building and operating a manufacturing plant in Vietnam. Some of the economic factors that we have tax incentives and exemption. When you look at it, Vietnam has been shifting from a central plan economic to a market global economy to boost their economy, which made them reduce some taxes to motivate foreigners to invest in their country, hence reducing their tax exemptions and how they used to tax some certain products, which could favor our manufacturing plants that we could open up in Vietnam. And also due to low taxations, hence we have a high possibility to improve the earnings and the income that we get from the manufacturing plant, and how we can broaden our businesses to different parts and areas in Vietnam countries. And also, the next step is the law economy. Their central economy system operation led to less income, hence low economy. Low capital and labor led to less expenses, and which this could affect and benefit our operating plants. And also, this can help us to reduce our production costs like labor and cost of living. And raw materials also would cost way more less than we expected, which would favor our plants. And it also, due to low expenses of the raw material, the labor, this could favor our plant into having a bigger, to expand and getting more income from the manufacturing plant. And also we have low wages. There are few companies operating in Vietnam, hence leaving a high number of people unemployed. Hence low wages due to cheap labor, and hence being a good candidate for operation. Since the raw materials are inexpensive in in Vietnam, and also extraction of them and paying for them is also, and paying people to extract them and also operate in that certain country is less. Hence low wages due to a lot of people not having, they're unemployed. And also if we happen to open up a manufacturing plant in Vietnam, it is way easier for us because we will be having to pay less wages to people that are present in that country. And also there are some benefits associated in working with in Vietnam. We have the low economy, as we said. We have cheap labor. There is less, cheap costs of production. The operation costs would also be low. And also this is the everything that comes with the low economy and how abundant the labor is, and the wages are low. And this is also motivating international markets in investing in Vietnam because of how cheap it is, and how to they want to improve and boost their economy. And also Vietnam, they did this because they couldn't be able to do it on their own. They couldn't be able to open up manufacturing and some companies on their own. So that's why they decided to, their economy is low due to different factors that we mentioned above. And also there are some risks involved in working in Vietnam, which is low levels of technology. Vietnam has poor technology level and is being provided with public infrastructures that has internet access to help them to adjust to the new world. Bringing our own technology and showing them how it is going to be used as a proposal. That includes the machine, the technology of the plant, will help them to boost their technology as the plant grows and educates more people on how to be used. When you educate more people on how the plant is going to be used, it will help us to boost the technology of Vietnam. And also we have there is unskilled labor in Vietnam. Due to low economy and poor education system, the labor is not skilled enough to operate on high maintenance plants. We could hire, what we could do, we could hire international personnel from China, from the neighboring companies like China, Japan, to help them, to help in operating our plant. And also in the process, they could educate some of the Vietnamese people on how to use the technology, on how to help them, to get skills from them. And this could fill in the gap that the government of the Vietnam was not able to fill in. And also it would at the end provide a lot of manpower that has technology to operate on high maintenance plants due to us. And also there is poor infrastructure. One of the fastest growing economies in ASEAN is Vietnam, and has also seemingly endless a wish list. They have an endless wish list of infrastructure. Currently, just per 20% of the country national roads are paved, and recently approved a plan to build a 1,300-kilometer highway by 2030, and it is estimated to cost over $14 billion. And however, the paved roads are in poor conditions. Those poor conditions can affect the transportation of our goods. It can affect the transportation of raw materials from their producers to the final destination, which is us. It is also improves high risks of damage to the products and the raw materials that are being transported due to poor roads, and also poor operating conditions. When we have poor roads, our operating conditions will also not be as favorable as we thought it would be, and it can affect our business. Hence, we could propose the government that what could be done, maybe giving them ideas on how the roads could be used. If the materials, we could provide half of the materials that leads to a manufacturing plant, we could provide the pavement for that road. Or we could work with the government, we could invest in the country in accordance to their plan. If their plan is by 2030, we could operate in that period of time. Or if we are not able enough to wait, we could build our own roads based on our budget too. Or we could do in accordance to their plan for the development and the economy, and their plans and the goals of their economy. Thank you so much for listening to this. I hope you tune in next for the next video. Thank you. As a continuation to how poor technology could affect or help improve our manufacturing plants in Vietnam, I've realized that because our benefits from the technology, our company depends on the technology. So when it is inevitable, there are some when it is not as it is supposed to be, there are some inevitable glitches like bugs, power failures that come along with poor technology, which could affect our manufacturing plant in Vietnam. We might find ourselves not able to accomplish some simple business tasks that we have told ourselves to accomplish. So around 75% of the Vietnam's workforce are currently and do not currently have the secondary degree, which leaves around 3/4 of the current workforce without necessary skills to either find immediate viable employment when they're displaced, or take up the high-skilled jobs demanded by the new sophisticated production processes. So with so much of the workforce unskilled and immediate investment in education and retraining, a common proposal in the developed world is a must to Vietnam, because they have to adjust to how technology is working and how they can be able to not be victims of poor technology. So this may lead to incomplete solution, given that the current technological innovation is creating far fewer jobs in low skills, low income sectors than it displaces.
So this leaves a large portions of the populations unemployed, regardless of the retraining and regardless of how they can train them to be highly skilled in technology, which could lead to a poor functioning space and which could lead to higher risks when we're operating in a country that do not have such high technology, which could be a very risk to us, and that is poor technology. Thank you so much.